I'm on a Banshee's Slayer task, and I am actually about to hit 65 ranged, I think, from this kill, which bumps me up to being able to use the energized arm cannons from the Oddments event in Treasure Hunter, which I thought about investing the Oddments into Treasure Hunter keys, but I realized that it's probably better for me to spend it on a tier 75 ranged weapon because I don't really want to bother upgrading my ranged weapons until I can get the Royal Crossbow past like the Black Salamander. But this gives me a tier 75 weapon for basically free that uses bolts as ammunition, which is good because I can just use broad bolts, and broad bolts are like the best thing in the game because they're equivalent to rune bolts, but they only cost like 30 gold each. So these are going to be the weapons I'm using. You can upgrade them to a tier 70 and then a tier 75 equivalent, and I will be doing that as often or as soon as I gain the ability to do so. But really good ranged gear upgrade over the rune crossbow, like 500 accuracy over it. So Slayer is going to go a lot faster with ranged, and I might even be able to do Aberrant Spectres contracts for decent gold per hour. I noticed that it's the 29th of May while I'm recording this episode, and because of that, the monthly reset is going to be coming in 3 days. And so I want to get the major monthlies out of the way before then so they can just reset immediately, and I can either wait until the end of the month to do them again or go ahead and get them out of the way right at the start of the month and get a little boost of experience or whatever else. The 3 main monthlies that most people will tell you are really good to do are Troll Invasion, where I'm at right now, the God statues, which are scattered out across the world of Gielinor, or RuneScape, whichever you want to call it. And then there is the Tutorial Island Oyster, which requires a quest that I'm going to complete after I finish Troll Invasion. Once I have finished this round of Troll Invasion, I will go ahead and show you how good the experience reward can be, and then I will go ahead and jump into the Tutorial Island quest, which is, I'm pretty sure, called Beneath Cursed Tides, but I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. Alright, and that is my monthly Troll Invasion. The first one you're required to play in easy mode, and it's 20 waves, and it takes a while, but it's kind of like a mini fight caves in a sense. And after your first try, after your first successful attempt, you can do it in hard mode, which is only 7 waves, but gives you the same reward, so it's faster, and you get the same reward, so better XP per hour, basically. So, I'm gonna chuck this experience book into agility, which, in case you haven't noticed, is my least favorite skill. I will do literally whatever it takes to avoid training it. And boom, 60 agility, 27,000 experience, and that was only at level 59, so really, really good experience for relatively minimal effort, and I'm not even at that high of a skill level. It depends on the skill level, the individual skill, not your total level. Unfortunately, you can't just dump a gigantic skill book into level 1 divination and jump straight up to level 60 or whatever, but you know, it's really good XP. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the Beneath Cursed Tides quest. I am finishing up the Beneath Cursed Tides quest, which I mentioned. I need to go back to the Wizard's Tower in order to actually claim the monthly reward, but as for the quest reward, I'll get it once all this dialogue is finished, which feels pretty good. Oh man, 3... Fishing lamp, 5,000 XP. Cooking lamp, 5,000 XP. Combat lamp. Of course, I'm throwing it into summoning, my lowest skill. Alright, I got 3 summoning levels. That's actually really nice. 95 combat. Can't complain about that at all. Also, you get this music box, which unlocks old-style RuneScape songs, which is pretty nostalgic for those of you like me who played it back in the day. I'll destroy all this stuff in just a minute. So I mentioned the fact that there is a Tutorial Island Oyster, and this is it right here, and in order to feed it, you need to gather the tasty-looking seaweed and then fish for a sea cucumber, and then feed it to the oyster, And so every month you'll get a nice chunk of farming experience from the seaweed, fishing experience, which is really the main attraction of it, from the fishing spot, and then various clue scroll rewards from the oyster. I'll show you every time I collect it what I get, but it's usually less than 1 mil of profit, which for a monthly is pretty bad, but you can potentially get some rare items and get some good value out of it. It's a matter of luck, just like with clue scrolls. I will go ahead and include a link in the description to both the rewards you can get from this and the experience that you gain. But you just saw I got like 3,000 maybe farming XP, but the fishing rates are much, much better. And they increase exponentially, so very worth your time. Also, apparently the oyster is still bugged, and, well, it's having a hard time. This can happen if you're not careful. That's the murder mystery quest, one of the requirements for King's Ransom, which is my next big quest goal coming up. Gonna be working on it slowly but surely. The only quests I have left are, I believe, Shiloh Village, One Small Favor, and then King's Ransom itself. I'll have to check and make sure on that. Here is Shiloh Village quest. Rocelia's here to reward me with some crafting XP and access to Shiloh Village. Time for everyone's favorite quest, One Small Favor. I'm back again with One Small Favor. A lot of people really don't like this quest for the obvious reason that you basically just run around all over the place and have to keep doing one thing after another. But it's a straight path back and forth. Like it takes you in like a clear, concise path. You're never like backtracking or having to run around randomly. It's very straightforward in that way. So I really don't get a lot of the hate around it. Anyways, we get these rewards, which really the useful part is the free 20,000 agility experience, because we all know how much I hate agility. But you also get a key ring, which is pretty useless, and I'm just going to destroy it. And hold on to the Animate Rock scroll for King's Ransom, which is the next quest that I'm going to be doing, incidentally, wherever it is. Where are you? There you are. King's Ransom. Next quest. I was sitting at about 13.5 mil from dailies and various other money making, and so I did some rune crafting. I got up to 67 rune crafting, which incidentally 66 is the level that gets you up to the highest level of rune span. But as I've stated before, I hate rune span, and I'm going to avoid going back there for as long as I possibly can. But here I am with about 16.3 mil, and I'm going to see how much bonds are going for right now. Hopefully, oh geez, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to afford that right now. I'll do a little bit more rune crafting, but know that I'm going to aim for buying 1 bond a week, just to keep myself on pace for the 5 bond deal for membership. Just keep in mind that that's something that I am going to be working on, and I'm probably not going to show every single bond purchase unless I have a specific reason to for the purposes of a video. Just know that that's something that's going to be happening, and so if my cash stack suddenly takes a massive hit, that's why. Alright, here is King's Ransom quest complete. Nice chunk of experience, which should bump me right up to 67 defense. Okay, I didn't know how high it was going to get me. I know that I need 70 defense for the prayers that I unlock through Night's Waves Training Grounds, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Agility experience. Just finished the Night's Waves Training Grounds, which is the mini-game that you unlock after completing the King's Ransom quest, and it unlocks the tier 70 prayers, Chivalry, Piety, Augury, and Rigor, and also Chivalry, but I don't have the required level for that. So I'll get 70 defense and 70 prayer sometime eventually. It's not a huge priority for me, but I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and call it. Oh, also, fair warning, use at least a tier 75 weapon for that, or bring like 1 billion restore potions, because they drain your stats a lot faster than you might think that they will. It's worth your time to bring a high-leveled weapon. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Next time, I am going to continue working on 75 Slayer for Gargoyles. I'm going to hopefully have finished buying the bond. I put the offer into the Grand Exchange for just 16 mil. I don't expect it to buy anytime soon. And I am also going to finish up the Wilderness Hard Diary, which gets you a handful of good rewards, which I will get into as they become relevant to me. So that's what you should look forward to for the next episode. Until then, I hope you have a good time or something. I don't know. I didn't really plan how to sign this video out.